Welcome to the Scenario Podcast, your guide to mental health and well-being. Each episode, we uncover practical tools, discuss expert insights, and explore how supplements can transform your mental health journey. Get ready to learn, grow, and thrive with us.
Welcome back to the deep dive. If you feel like your focus is just constantly under attack these days, you're definitely not alone.
Yeah, it's a huge issue.
It seems like everything, social media, stress, maybe not getting enough sleep, it all just conspires to make concentration feel like climbing a mountain.
It really is the central cognitive challenge for a lot of us now. And our sources, they really back this up. It's not just about feeling scattered.
Yeah.
No, losing focus genuinely hurts your productivity. Yeah, but it also messes with your memory. It contributes to that feeling of mental burnout. We're sort of running our brains below capacity most days.
Right. So our mission for this deep dive is to, cut through that chaos. We've looked at the research, pulled out 9 really effective, actionable strategies, things you can actually do.
Exactly. To help you train your brain, basically. Stay present, build up that concentration muscle.
Think of it as your shortcut to getting a handle on attention management.
Because when you step back, that ability to focus, to really direct your mental energy, that's the bedrock. It's foundational for success, whether that's at work or school or wherever. It underpins good problem solving, it leads to, better decisions, and it helps you stay calm when things get stressful.
Okay, so let's break this down. Where do we start? Maybe with things we can change immediately. Our surroundings.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
The first area is creating the right environment. What's around you directly impacts your concentration. The sources are really clear on this.
Like a messy desk, messy mind kind of thing.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Visual clutter equals mental clutter. So, simple fixes first. Silence the phone notifications. Like right now, that constant buzzing or flashing, it just hijacks your attention automatically.
Yeah, you don't even realize it's happening half the time.
You don't. And it's not just sounds.
Yeah.
Keeping your workspace physically clean, tidy, that provides a crucial visual boundary. If you've got papers for 5 different things piled up, your brain is trying to track all 5, even subconsciously.
Right, even if you're trying to focus on just one.
Exactly. And noise, obviously, if you're in a busy office or have noise you can't control, you need sound management. Noise-canceling headphones are great.
Or music. Some people swear by music.
Yeah, or maybe some soft background music. Instrumental, though. The goal isn't silence necessarily, but creating a sort of auditory bubble that tells your brain, okay, focus time now.
Okay, that makes sense. So we've built the physical fortress. What's next? Strategy 2 tackles something I think a lot of us think we're good at.
Multitasking. The big myth.
Right. We all say we do it, but what's the reality?
The reality, according to the science, is pretty harsh. True multitasking doesn't really exist for complex tasks.
Right.
What we're doing is switching back and forth really fast, context switching.
And that switching isn't free, is it?
Not at all. Researchers call it the cognitive switching tax. Every time you jump from your email to a report back to a chat message, you pay a mental price. It uses up resources.
A tax on brain power. I like that. How much are we talking?
Some studies suggest it can slash productivity by up to 40%. And the quality of your work dips too. It's quite significant.
Wow. So single tasking is the way.
Yes. Single tasking feels slower sometimes, but it cuts down on that mental fatigue and boosts clarity. The end result is usually much higher quality work.
So how do we actually do that when the urge to switch is so strong?
Well, besides just committing to one thing, time blocking is really effective. Dedicate, say, 30 minutes or an hour only to that task. No checking email, no quick phone glances.
Okay.
And another practical tip from the sources, use notes actively. Not just for reminders, but to offload your brain. Write down where you are, what the next step is.
So you're not holding it all on your head.
Exactly. You externalize that mental clutter, frees up your working memory to actually focus on the task itself.
Okay, environment sorted, multitasking busted. Let's shift gears now to the more biological side of things, the foundations, because the best environment won't help if the machine isn't running right.
Couldn't agree more. And that brings us straight to strategy number 3, sleep hygiene. This is non-negotiable.
The critical requirement, as the sources put it.
Absolutely. You simply cannot optimize focus if you're regularly short on sleep. That classic advice, 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep, it's not just about feeling less tired. It's crucial for brain function.
What's actually happening during sleep that helps focus the next day?
A lot. During deep sleep and REM sleep, Your brain is busy consolidating memories, locking in what you learned. It's also clearing out waste products, kind of like mental housekeeping.
Okay.
If you cut that short, your ability to learn new things and recall information the next day is seriously impaired. You're starting with a cognitive handicap, essentially.
So the standard advice really matters then. Consistent sleep schedule.
Yep, even on weekends, if you can. Helps stabilize your body clock.
And the screen time thing? Avoiding screens before bed.
It's real. That blue light they emit actively suppresses melatonin, the hormone that signals sleep time. So yeah, put the phone or tablet away at least an hour before bed. Read a book instead.
And the bedroom itself.
Make it a sleep sanctuary. Cool, quiet, and dark. These aren't just preferences. They optimize sleep quality.
Okay, sleep is huge. What's the next biological pillar? Number 4 is physical activity.
Yes. Exercise. It's easy to think of it as just for the body, but the brain benefits are massive, especially for focus.
How does that work? Is it just blood flow?
Blood flow is part of it, definitely. More oxygen, more nutrients to the brain. But exercise also triggers the release of key chemicals, neurochemicals.
Like what kind of chemicals? This is where it gets interesting.
Well, one big one is BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. You can think of it like fertilizer for your brain cells.
Fertilizer, okay.
Yeah. It helps existing neurons survive and encourages new ones to grow, especially in brain areas linked to memory and focus, like the hippocampus. That's why regular exercise has such a direct impact.
And we're not talking marathon running necessarily.
No. The sources suggest even just 30 minutes of moderate activity, like a brisk walk, yoga, cycling, whatever you enjoy, most days can make a real difference to your mood, memory, and concentration. Consistency is the key.
Keep that BDNF flowing. Got it.
Right. And that leads perfectly into strategy 5, what you're fueling the brain with. Brain-boosting foods and hydration.
Right, the brain is hungry.
Very hungry. It's only about 2% of your body weight, but uses around 20% of your energy. So what you eat directly affects its performance.
So it's more than just avoiding sugary snacks.
Definitely. You want foods that actively support brain health. Things like fatty fish salmon, tuna, they're packed with omega-3s. Crucial for building healthy brain cell membranes.
Okay, fish oil stuff. What else?
Nuts and seeds are great too. Leafy greens like spinach and kale. Berries are loaded with antioxidants which protect the brain. And whole grains give you that steady energy release, avoiding those sugar crashes that kill focus.
And something super simple we often forget.
Hydration, yes. The sources really emphasize this. Even mild dehydration, like before you even feel thirsty, it can noticeably slow down your thinking and make it much harder to sustain attention. So, next time you feel that afternoon slump, try a glass of water before you reach for more caffeine.
Good tip. Okay, so we've covered the environment, single tasking, sleep, exercise, diet. What's next? Training the mind itself.
Exactly. Now we move into actively managing your attention and preventing fatigue. Strategy number 6, mindfulness and meditation.
This always sounds a bit floaty. Is it practical?
It's incredibly practical. Think of it less as relaxation and more as cognitive training, weightlifting for your attention span.
Okay, how?
When you practice mindfulness or meditation, you're essentially training your brain to notice when it gets distracted and to gently bring your focus back. You're strengthening the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for focus and impulse control.
Does it take a long time?
Not necessarily. The sources say starting small is key. Even just 5 minutes a day can be effective. Use an app or just focus on your breath. The important part isn't not wandering. It's the act of noticing and returning your focus again and again. That's the workout.
Building the focus muscle rep by rep. I like that.
Precisely. And to make sure that muscle doesn't get completely exhausted, we need strategy 7, taking regular breaks.
The Pomodoro technique comes up a lot here. Work for 25 minutes, break for 5.
That's the classic structure, yeah. The point of that short break is crucial. It's not just downtime. It's actively preventing something called vigilance decrement.
Vigilance decrement. Sounds serious.
It just means our ability to stay highly focused naturally drops off after a while, maybe 30, 45 minutes for most people. Those short, structured breaks force you to reset before you hit that wall of mental fatigue.
But what if I'm really in the zone? Should I still stop after 25 minutes?
It's often recommended, yeah. Because that in-the-zone feeling can sometimes mask the fact that your cognitive resources are depleting. Pushing through might feel productive, but the quality might dip without you realizing it. That 5-minute break should be a real break, too. Stand up, stretch, look away from the screen.
Refresh the brain before the next sprint.
Exactly. It helps you maintain a higher level of focus over a longer period without burning out.
Okay. And strategy 8 sounds even simpler. connect with nature.
Surprisingly powerful, this one. Research shows that even short periods spent in green spaces can lower stress hormones and boost concentration afterwards.
Why? What's nature doing to our brains?
It engages what psychologists call soft fascination, or involuntary attention. Unlike focused work, which requires effortful, directed attention, looking at natural scenes, trees, water, clouds, captures our attention effortlessly.
So it's like a gentle distraction.
Kind of. It gives that hardworking prefrontal cortex a rest, allowing it to recover from the strain of directed focus. It helps clear out the mental clutter.
And you don't need a national park nearby.
Nope. A short walk in a local park, sitting under a tree, even just having plants in your workspace or looking out a window at some greenery for 20 minutes can provide measurable benefits. It's a really accessible reset.
An easy win.
Yeah.
Okay, that brings us towards the end, strategy 9, and some quick questions. Let's talk about brain training games or apps. Do they work?
Ah, yes. The sources approach these with cautious optimism. They can be helpful, but they're definitely not a magic solution.
How so?
Well, good ones can target specific skills like short-term memory, reaction time, problem solving, and practicing those can have some benefit. But, and this is the big caveat, they work best alongside all the other strategies we've discussed, especially the biological ones.
Meaning
If you're sleep-deprived and poorly nourished, playing a brain game isn't going to magically fix your focus issues. You need the healthy foundation first for the training to stick. Think of them as a supplement, not the main course.
Got it. Okay, let's do a quick fire round on common questions. Music while working, good or bad for focus?
It depends. Instrumental, ambient, classical music, often good. It can mask distracting background noise and create a focused atmosphere without demanding language processing.
But music with lyrics?
Usually less effective, especially if you're reading or writing. Your brain tries to process the lyrics and the task, creating interference. So choose your soundtrack wisely.
Okay. Next, caffeine, the go-to focus aid for many, help or hindrance?
Both. In moderation, it's definitely beneficial. It blocks adenosine, making you feel more alert, sharpens focus temporarily. That's real.
But the downside?
Too much leads to jitters, anxiety, and crucially, it messes with your sleep later on, which, as we know, undermines focus in the long run. So it's a tool to use carefully, not abuse.
Right, can start a bad cycle. And finally, what about setting goals? Does that help focus on a specific task?
Absolutely. It might sound basic, but setting clear, specific, achievable goals for what you want to accomplish in a work session is incredibly powerful for directing attention. A clear goal acts like a filter. It tells your brain what's important right now and helps you ignore irrelevant stimuli or worries about other tasks. It reduces that mental drifting.
Okay, so wrapping this all up, what's the big takeaway for you, the listener?
I think the main message is that improving focus isn't about finding one magic trick. It's really a journey built on small, consistent habits.
Yeah, it's not a one-time fix. Things like tweaking your sleep, maybe adding a short walk, managing notifications, trying those work sprints with breaks. These things add up.
They really do. And when you connect these seemingly small strategies to your actual life, whether you're a student, a parent, working professionally, the impact is huge. It's not just about getting more done.
Right. It's about feeling less stress, too.
Exactly. Less mental strain, making better decisions, feeling more in control of your attention, and ultimately directing that precious focus towards the things that genuinely matter to you.
Which brings us to a final thought to leave you with. We talked about breaks, about nature, about letting the brain reset. But think about how often we fill every tiny gap in our day.
Waiting in line, walking to the car.
Yeah, even that 5-minute Pomodoro break.
Yeah.
The impulse is just instantly grab the phone, check a notification, scroll something. We train our brains away from any kind of mental downtime.
We do. We prevent that natural reset that even just a few minutes of quiet or looking at something natural can provide. That constant low-level stimulation keeps the brain slightly taxed all the time.
So here's a challenge for you.
Yeah.
Find just one 5-minute window today where you'd normally reach for your phone. Maybe waiting for the kettle to boil or between meetings.
And instead,
Just don't. Look out the window, notice your breathing, stare at a plant on your desk. Intentionally choose that moment of mental stillness, that mini reset.
see how you feel afterwards. See if that brief pause makes returning to your next task feel any different. It's a small experiment in reclaiming your focus.
A powerful challenge indeed. That's all for this deep dive. Thanks for joining us.
See you next time.
Thanks for tuning in to the Scenario Podcast. Don't forget to visit scenario.com for more expert tips, articles, and supplements designed to support your mental health. If you enjoyed this episode, remember to subscribe and share it with a friend. Until next time, take care of yourself.